A young couple, Kate and Mike, have a unique chance to win $5 million. To do this, they just need to spend 50 days together in a completely white isolated room with a minimum amount of furniture. This simple, at first glance, test turns into a nightmare for them. Ilter Cinema Chanel presents movie retelling. You have been selected to spend 50 days in flawless room and win $5 million by completing the task. If one of you will leave, the prize pool will fall up to $1 million for the remaining person. Enjoy your stay in Immaculate Room. Young couple Catherine and Michael accepted a lucrative offer for participation in the experiment. Is all that is required from participants to spend together in one room for 50 days. The prize will be the amount of $5 million, which Michael and Kate discuss with great enthusiasm. On what will the girl spend? Doubts that everything this is true because the conditions are too simple, a reward too big. Michael and they say they're just lucky, sometimes it happens, and you just have to relax and get high. No room, nothing but a bed. A soul who turns out meant for one person at a time, and mod or control through which they can learn about rules of stay in the room and get specially designed food. Light turns off automatically at 10 o'clock, yet Case set the alarm for 7 o'clock in the morning. All these conditions for a couple seem a mere trifle because the reward is more than covers all inconveniences. Good morning to and enjoy stay in a spotless room. On the next day, he doesn't hand over his whole clothes and, in return, gets another. For what Michael says that now they look like insane. Catherine wonders why does he do all this? Professor's Warrior, who is founder of this project, says Michael earlier the professor found some nothing remarkable family of middle America. Dad was a pastor, mom was a baker, kids went to the only school in town. Then he spent $150 million to see what happens if he makes them famous like Kardashian. Professor did everything for them Hollywood PR stylists and any the whims of his money. At first, everything worked. Children received important modeling contracts, dad starred in sitcom commercials and serials, and mom became the manager factory. But then she shot him to found in bed with another woman and went to jail for killing her. Son without the news disappeared, and the daughter died from overdosing on some crap. It's been almost 2 days. Michael starts saying what they hate. 4 what they seem to have gone. At 5, he starts seconds seem longer than usual, about 1.3 dozen than ordinary seconds of 50 days in total can turn up about 3 months. On that, Catherine says it hasn't finished yet. The second day, and theories are already in use. Conspiracy. You just need to relax and not. It is worth looking at the clock for a long time awakening. Enjoy your stay in impeccable morning. Alarm clock in the room started, a Kate, and which cannot be turned off. Start catastrophically annoying. Michael, however, has no choice, passes genetically modified food day. Immaculate room, nothing changes day, and before white room, day-night room, and yes, nothing changes room. And nothing, and suddenly Michael finds a beetle. It would seem an ordinary beetle, but what can be better in a room where there is nothing? Michael decides to feed him food intended for members only. Enjoy your stay in impeccable room. Realizing that he is not worth it due at some point, the guy says that he needs to let him out on the street. Michael starts talking into the camera that he is about to leave the room, open the door and release the beetle on the fence. Says it's a bad idea. Suddenly Michael starts talking his girl that compassion never had her forte, and the couple starts swearing. Catherine says that Michael is a vegan. A young couple, Kate and Mike, have a unique chance to win $5 million. To do this, they just need to spend 50 days together in a completely white isolated room with a minimum amount of furniture. This simple, at first glance, test turns into a nightmare for them. Ilter Cinema Chanel presents movie retelling. Movie name, Impeccable Room, 2022. Just because someone wants something, Michael argues with her and tells what is possible in this world. It is beautiful to exist and there is no one at this, is not killing girl absolutely. With this, disagree, tells the guy that his problem is that his father gave him too many. Came from here, his stupid art to which he engaged, as a result of the couple swearing and Catherine accidentally steps on a time bug, but not as fast as they want. Michael tells his girlfriend that he has decided to take the entertainment he read in the rules that everyone can take too. However, this will be worth $100,000 of the prize money. Where next we see how Michael, as entertainment, gets green chalk donating the amount of $100,000 to which Catherine says that this is the amount you read from Michael's share received. Chalk guy willingly gets down to business and begins to paint all the walls with white rooms, and at some point, Catherine asks her to draw. Michael offers to draw her image with the eyes of an artist, but the girl wants a natural portrait. As a result, Catherine says that Michael just can't draw it natural and doing nonsense then hurt your boyfriend again. After the crayon ended, she comes again. Boredom. Kate realizes that she went too far. Stick apologizes for acting like the last shit. Situation starts heat up after Catherine finds a bathroom with a loaded gun and starts to say that it's just above them, mocking while hinting at the fact that they will have to sooner or later use it. In the end, without thinking how to get rid of the gun, they throw it under the bed. The next day, Michael unexpectedly receives a video message from his sister, in which Sister Guy says too much laughs about it that Michael decided to drag himself into this room and says that rather he entered correctly, deciding to be distracted in this way from Kate. Pistol under the bed and assures that he won't be useful for a while. Later, they are shown video messages from relatives. Sister tells Jersey about his parents, make him happy, but when a video with Kate's father appears on the screen, she doesn't want to listen. Her father says that he finally left the street and lives in a homeless shelter because the video doesn't stop no matter how much it didn't ask Kate to run away in tears, and Mike tries to console her. The next morning, Kate didn't get out of bed because of depression. She confesses to Mike that she has always lied about Kate's father, avoided him for many years after the father drank the apartment and everything, a little more money for education. For 2 weeks, Kate spends time in bed while Mike tries to find new ways to entertain himself. He even reads Pajama Label with different Mike emotions, trying to cheer up Kate, but that's all unsuccessfully. At night, he decides to sleep on the floor just to feel something new. In the morning, he tries to please Kate to buy fun to get out of depression, but she doesn't want to spend money. Then, Mike decides to buy his latest entertainment for $250,000. In a few minutes, a naked woman enters the room named Simon. She tells that nothing actress doesn't know about Simon's experiment. Nugent said she would probably stay at 24 hours. Kate clearly doesn't like her presence, and she makes Mikey give your t-shirt so that Simone can cover up. Simon notices Art t-shirt and praises him, which infuriates Kate more. When the night falls, Mike wants sleeping on the floor. Kate annoys him trying to behave, and she decides that we'll sleep in the middle of the morning. Kate finally decides to buy entertainment and receives a box, so to speak, with funny sweets after which they have fun and even exchange group kisses. However, after a while, the mother sees blood is everywhere and is underwater and seeing your little brother there. After how he came, Mike wants to stop the experiment. Well, Kate succeeds, calm him down. Later, Kate tells Hess to the wall and examines the inscription closely, realizing that it is her own handwriting. She confesses to Michael that she wrote it herself while under the influence of the pills and the alcohol, and that she doesn't remember doing it. Michael forgives her, but they both agree that they need to stop with the excessive partying and drinking. They decide to leave the room and start a new chapter in their lives, together. As they exit the room, Catherine looks back at the inscription on the wall one last time, and smiles to herself, feeling grateful for the experience and the lessons learned. Simone, that Mike's younger brother drowned in the family pool while Mike should have looked after him, but was stoned that night. Simone tells the shirt that she lost her mother when she was a child, and they became close due to the loss of loved ones. Simone takes Mike by the hand to comfort him. Well, Kate sees this and gets jealous. Simona thinks that Kate is jealous because of self-doubt. Because of what? An argument begins. Mike furiously asks them to stop. Kate apologizes and says that there can be nothing between them. Simone adds fuel to the fire and answers that everything is possible already. But on the next morning, Kate was glad that Simone left but noticed on the wall a message in which she thanks Mike for a stormy night. Mike tries to justify himself. He reminds me of a gun and it looks like this is another experiment of an angry whale pushes a man. And why did he get injured, bleeding? Mike pulls away. I remind you that he never cheated on her, even stopped having fun with his rich friends because she is not liked and in return got jealousy. Crying, Kate continues to apologize, but Mike, dizzy from blood loss, thinks he needs a doctor. But Kate reminds him that if he leaves the room, then he'll lose millions of dollars. Mike can't believe that Kate cares about money. They are his life. Fortunately, his wound stopped bleeding, but he believes that Kate would let him die for the money. He blames the experiment and understands how money can break a person. And it is to answer that he is all his life was in luxury, and therefore it is so easy for him to talk about money. Mike decides to teach and offers Kate to do the same, but in this moment the woman takes out a gun and tries to stop him with threats. However, Mike ignores and presses the button, leaving the room. In just a few days before victory, after a few hours of reflections, Kate decides to approach the buttons. Many months later, Mike, during jogging, business cards. They did not see each other friends since leaving the room and decides to take a walk to chat. Mike asks Kate, did she leave the room or one? The woman avoids answering. She says that she visited her father. She also asks for forgiveness for everything. When they leave, We see a sign on the shelter for homeless. It says that, thanks to Anonymous a donation, in the shelter built a new kitchen. Meanwhile, to a spotless room, a new couple arrives and finds it. There will be the easiest money, but on this, everyone write in the comments if you agree. Would you take part in such an experiment and put subscribes and likes and bells?